It is ESPN The Weekend. We're broadcasting live from the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. Dick's Sporting Goods presents ESPN The Weekend here at Walt Disney World here in Florida. ESPN talent and over 40 pro athletes. I mean, just today I got to speak to Tim Tebow, Burt Blyleven, Frank Thomas, Bernie Williams. Not bad. All happening through Sunday right across the way at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Brandon Jacobs, Super Bowl champion running back for the New York Giants, is here. He is a fight promoter now, so saw him as I was playing Stump the Schwab here with the fans and said, come on over to the fights. And, of course, he has. Also joining us here before we get to the main event, Baseball Tonight's Bobby Valentine. Big fight fan. Also, you should know, former All-American running back. He's got the quick right hand as well. And like Sergio Martinez, though, with the as a cross back in the day, bringing it over the top. So who were you watching when you were growing up or when you were a pro when you were in baseball? Who did you really like, Bobby?
Lord be it, BK. You know, I mean, I grew up in the late 60s and 70s, and Muhammad was the man.
Sure.
How those closed circuit fights to get there. I remember going to Vero Beach with all the Dodgers, seeing the Ollie Frazier fight. I went to the Rumble in the Jungle and did all the closed circuit fights, you know?
Yeah, sure.
But to get to championship fights, even fights at this level, is really inspiring because you see the mano and mano. You see guys in there laying it on the line. And it's a wonderful sport when it's done properly, and at this level it is.
You, of course, are a Connecticut guy, a Stamford guy.
Yeah.
They take a lot of pride in that as being a great athlete from there. You watched a lot of fighters in your area and in Connecticut. Who did you like?
Well, actually, growing up, I had one of the hometown heroes was a guy named Chico Vijar. Chico was, I mean, he fought everyone. You know, he got up to 7th in the world. He was a lightweight at the time, and you know, he went to the same church, so it was always the guy that Mom and Dad would point out as there's Chico Vijar. He was a wonderful guy, and he had a miniature golf course. That's what he did in his afterlife. You know, and tremendous Travis Sims has been a friend from Norwalk. He and his brother have both done a lot of charity work for me, with me, and with my charities, and I hope he gets another shot at the title someday.
All right, outstanding. I know Bobby Valentine is here for ESPN The Weekend doing baseball tonight. Who's signing Pujols? Quickly, just tell people.
Pujols is staying put. He's got to stay in St. Louis, and if he doesn't, it'd be really an upset.
All right, much more of baseball tonight with Bobby Valentine. Bobby, great having you here.
Thanks, PK.
Enjoy the fights.
Pleasure, bro.
Here for the main event. It should be outstanding.
Yeah.
Ukraine versus
Undefeated.
Cuba. There we go. An O must go. Joe Test, Teddy Atlas, take it away.
Good stuff from Bobby V. Light heavyweight division, of course, it still includes a check-cashing future Hall of Famer in Bernard Hopkins and those belt-holding young guns in the midst of their prime, and now potentially another capable fighter ready to enter the mix. 31-year-old Yordanis Despaigne. A closer look. All those great amateur bouts, part of the famed Cuban national team. Defeated current light heavyweight champion Jean Pascal in the 04 Olympics. Fled Cuba in 09. Left behind 2 daughters to come after his dreams here in the U.S., and he is now trained by former world titleist, prominent American trainer Buddy McGirt. This their first fight together. The tall and athletic Ismayl Sillakh stands opposite him, 6'3 and a half, 174 and a half pounds, 14-0, 12 knockouts. And for those who watched the undercard of Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins pay-per-view last spring, you got an impressive sneak peek of Sillakh. He blew out the veteran light heavyweight Daniel Judah in just 2 rounds. Remember, Zab's older brother, he went the distance with the likes of Glenn Johnson, Eric Harding, Yusef Mack in his career, but Sillakh got rid of him in 2. So Sillakh and Despaigne ready to go. Teddy has the fight plan. I like Saul with the souvenir t-shirt. Well, there is Buddy McGirt, former world titleist, trainer of the year back in 2002, and now his first fight with Despaigne. By the way, we went a couple of years with everybody saying Yordanis Despaigne. That's how it was to be pronounced. And he said last night, you know what? Despaigne. So that's what we go with. Despaigne.
My contest from this point in about you both obey my orders, man. I wish you both luck. Touch gloves, come up outside the belt.
Max Parker is the third man inside the ropes. A significant light heavyweight clash between these 2 unbeatens scheduled for 10. Here we go.
Ready? Despaigne is the physically stronger guy. You look at him, you think you're looking at a statue, maybe a statue of Hercules. But he doesn't really fight like that kind of guy. He likes to box for the most part. and be smart, a lot like Sillakh. Wouldn't be a bad idea, though, for the bigger, or at least a more muscular Despaigne to try to go to that skinny body of Sillakh. One way to slow down a guy who's pretty cute and pretty confident.
Tests the waters with that right hand, does Despaigne.
Both guys are going to have chances to land the right hand. Despaigne has a habit of, when he throws the right hand, his left hand is not up protecting him. And Despaigne, like a lot of guys with a lot of amateur fights, well, he's calm and he's confident with trying to time someone's jab. He tries to throw the right hand over your jab. I think it's like that.
There it is right there.
Exactly. But what I would do if I was Sillakh, what I was talking about in the fight plan, is decoy him a little bit. Give him a little fake jab. A little, just to lure him in a little bit. And then when he goes to throw the right hand over the jab, shoot your right hand. And you're going to catch Despaigne with his left down. You say you never want to get caught with your pants down. But Despaigne can be caught with his left down. That's what he has to be careful for tonight.
He's conscious of it. He told us, he said, I went back and watched tape. I've noticed my technical flaw. He's been trying to improve it.
See, there's two problems. He listened to us on tape, and he heard it. You got to give him a lot of credit for that. But he hasn't corrected it yet, and his opponent watched that same tape.
Right.
So he's very aware that that opportunity lays there for him.
Block with the right hand. He's on the top of the head.
You know, you look at the name Sillakh. It's spelled S-I-L-L-A-K-H, almost like silk. And that's what he reminds me of, a silky smooth guy. Very fluid. Good rhythm. And I think Despaigne is going to have to disrupt that rhythm. And one way to do it is to use the jab, even if you lower it a little bit, and jab to the chest. Just to make contact, just to take him out of that rhythm.
Slow him down a little bit, put him off rhythm.
Yeah, you'd better not just look for power shots if you're Despaigne, because with a silky guy like this, you're going to be coming up short maybe all night long. You got to use that jab if you're Despaigne. And right now, he's not using it quite enough. See, Despaigne looking for those power shots, and you know what? Sillakh's ready for that, because he's cute enough to avoid them.
End of one.
Here at the Magic Kingdom, there's a spectacular sight. We're back here on Friday Night Fights in the state of Florida, at least, in Hollywood, Florida, for our main event. Again, March 18th, 9 Eastern, Demetrius Hopkins versus Brad Solomon. Back to the main event, Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas.
A couple of guys looking to advance themselves closer to another Hopkins. Light heavyweight division, top 10 is where Despaigne and Sillakh are looking to land round number 2 of our main event.
Again, you have the Ukraine, part of Russia, of course, and Sillakh versus Cuba, where Despaigne represented in the Olympics. And I said it in the opening, if this was in the Olympics, this would be a medal match. And you would think maybe for the gold medal. Both these fighters come from countries that have really good amateur programs.
Sillakh's father was from Sierra Leone. His mother, a doctor from the Ukraine. So he grew up in the old Soviet system.
You know,
Came to the U.S. in 2008, and this is really an opportunity for him to have a breakthrough signature win.
Both guys looking for the right hand. To me, that's very clear. And one thing that might be overlooked a little bit when you look at a guy like Sillakh, you know, he has fast hands, he puts combinations together. He's smooth, he's pretty slick, but he's got a good left hook to the body, too.
Combination from Sillakh.
This is exactly what Sillakh wants as far as a game plan. He doesn't want to really be close too often. He wants to be on the outside and have one of two different gears. If Despaigne waits, use the jab. Get off a little bit with those quick hands. If Despaigne comes in, make a miss and counter. And then move a little bit. Move out and move to the side. Keep Despaigne, who looks physically stronger, keep him a little off balance. Get him frustrated. And that's exactly how Sillakh is going about it so far.
Get himself into a nice rhythm. Just missed with that left uppercut. It was a glancing blow.
Very dangerous fight for Despaigne tonight.
Give both guys credit for taking this fight at this stage of their career.
Yeah, you don't see this too often. And I see already Despaigne, a lot of people say, well, he's getting his motor running. I think he's getting a little urgent. I think he's getting a little reckless. And he's feeling the pressure to have to do something, and maybe something that's a little out of sorts.
And Sillakh is touching him more and more. There's a good, solid right hand by Ismayl Sillakh. And down goes Despaigne. Remember, a fighter cannot be saved by the bell.
The referee is a little confused here. And you know what? Sillakh hurt himself a little bit there because he didn't go to the neutral corner. The referee had to force him back, and it wasted a lot of time, and he never got another shot at him. It gave Despaigne what he needed, a chance to get out of that round.
There are the unified rules.
Tell him to stop getting hit with shots.
As you see the corner
Okay, and you're
of
getting him up out
Despaigne
of there.
with Buddy McGirt and company. Has to assess the damage.
Okay.
We talked about the right hand. Well, there's the right hand. Again, we talked about the right hand, but the jab blinds him. That jab, it wasn't a jarring jab, but it was a jab that took his vision away. Just enough for the right hand to get in there and do damage. Watch again, watch that jab. So the jab was in front of his eyes, then the right hand was right behind it. Despaigne never knew what hit him. We're going to find out how recovered Despaigne is now, Joe.
All the years,
His
all
legs
the
don't look
amateur
right.
bouts. Escaping Cuba, trying to rise up and reach a point like this, and now trying to survive, and here comes the offensive attack of Sillakh.
If you have to be prepared for this kind of moment, Despaigne has not really had a chance to be prepared for this. For the most part, he's been the guy who's been doing the hunting. He's been the guy who's been doing the hurting.
And you see blood coming from the right eye of Despaigne.
Well, we already know how smooth and how skillful Sillakh is. We're going to find out now what kind of finisher he is.
Blood streaming down the face of the unbeaten Cuban.
Sillach's making a decision. We're going to find out later if it was the right one. He could have went after Despaigne. His legs were a little wobbly. He's still playing it a little bit careful. He's not going after. He's getting a little showboat. He's getting a little fancy. We're going to find out whether or not he chose the wrong way or the right way to go about this, because I think he could be going after Despaigne more, and he's not. Now, why is he not going after him? A little bit more. He's having his way. He's picking shots. But, Joe, it could be two reasons. One, it's his mentality. Not to go after a guy, even when you have more. Or maybe still a little too much respect for the background of Despaigne, the Cuban who was on the 2004 Olympic team. Maybe if he didn't know that about Despaigne, maybe he goes after the guy. And you know what? I'm going to argue with you, Joe, that he would go after him a little bit more if he didn't know who Despaigne was. If he was just another fighter who he hurt, not a guy who was from that great Cuban team, he'd probably be on him a little bit more.
There's an uppercut as blood is now pouring down out of the corner of both eyes. Despaigne has taken such damage from the final moments of the second round throughout this third round. Cut above both eyes with the oncoming assault of Ismayl Sillakh.
Well, Chico Rivers is going to have the job of stopping that blood in the corner of Despaigne.
This is closing in on a worst-case scenario for Despaigne. So much